Hi guys, it's Sarah here. Welcome to my very first YouTube video. Today I'm going to do a Q&A with you guys. You guys asked me questions on Instagram and today I'm going to answer them. So everything you wanted to learn about me, I'm going to answer them and respond to all your comments over this YouTube video. So let's get started. So my very first question is, how old are you? I am 25 years old. Things that make you smile. I would have to say family, sitting by the ocean. Sitting by the ocean is probably my biggest thing because it brings me the most peace, brings me the most serenity. Whenever I'm stressed, that's the one place I want to be at. And animals. Anybody that knows me knows that I love animals, so I'd have to say number 3 is huge for me. Do you have any hobbies? Yes, I have hobbies. I would have to say going to the beach is definitely one of my biggest hobbies. I go to the beach all the time when the time is right. I love meeting new people. I love cooking. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you see all the stories that I post, all the meals that I made. It was actually my biggest goal in 2020. During COVID, my New Year's resolution was to truly learn how to cook, and I feel like I've truly mastered that. So I love to cook. Everything I post, I make on my Instagram. I have 3 highlights. You guys can check out everything that I make on there. Post everything on Facebook. So if you know me, you know that I like to cook. I post everything on social media. Love to build Lego sets. I have such an obsession with Legos. Back when I was a kid, my mom and my dad used to buy me Legos for Christmas, Easter, Valentine's Day, whatever. So I love Legos and I started picking up that hobby months ago. I was like, I really want to start doing this again because it was something that I was so passionate about when I was a kid. I have a whole display of Legos at my house and I love it. It's just so relaxing. It's so fun and I love having my own display. I love seeing everything that I built. So yes, I love Legos. That's one of my favorite things ever as a hobby. I love traveling. Even though it's a job, it's still also a hobby as well because I go on a lot of cruises. I travel with a lot of friends and family. So that's also a hobby of mine that I love and I cherish so much. I love to travel. Another hobby of mine, I love Pilates. I love yoga. I love working out. Even though you need to make it a lifestyle and put it into your everyday life, I love working out. I probably work out 3 times a week, and I do a lot of YouTube videos from home. Another hobby of mine is basketball. So I love basketball. I love going to arcades and playing the basketball game. I was very big into basketball when I was in middle school, high school, elementary school. Basketball was my whole entire life up until the end of high school, but before then it was eat, sleep, breathe basketball. That was everything that I did. I loved basketball. It's such a big passion and hobby of mine. I love tennis. I was very big into tennis in high school and middle school as well. So I do like playing that on the side now. It's very good to play. I miss it. I was very competitive with it, so it was very fun. So I love that. I really do like to read. I'd have to say I do like a lot of mystery books, romance books, poetry, suspenseful, horror, stuff like that. I really like suspense and romance and books in that aspect, books to better yourself, self-help, stuff like that. Really enjoy listening to podcasts. So sometimes during the day I like to listen to a podcast when I wake up. If I'm taking a shower, I like to put a podcast on and listen to that in the background, in my every day-to-day life. That's always good. Another thing that I really have as a hobby is visiting my local farm. So there's a farm in Westbrook, Maine, which is near where I live, and it's called Smiling Hill Farm. So I like to visit there every summer and spring, and they have goats and pigs and peacocks, and they literally have everything whatsoever. They give you quarters, whatever, you put those coins in and you get food and you can feed all the animals. So I really love that. I love animals so much. So being able to bond with them and spend time with them, that makes me happy. I love animals so much, so I love being able to see them and feed them. What would your perfect day be like? I would have to say my perfect day would be sitting at the beach in Maine, listening to music with my headphones on, with a Starbucks pink drink. That's my go-to drink. I would have to say sitting at the beach in the sun, UV8, just relaxing, getting my tan on, sitting in the sun, listening to the ocean, or like I said, with my earbuds in. That's the perfect day for me. Just relaxing, taking it all in. What is your zodiac sign? I am a Leo. My birthday is actually August 20th. So yes, I'm a Leo. What is your favorite food? Ooh. I'd have to say my favorite foods, because I don't have just one. My favorite foods would be mac and cheese. I love, 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 love mac and cheese. But specifically, my favorite mac and cheese would have to be Eddie V's truffle mac and cheese. It is by far my favorite mac and cheese ever that I've ever had. It's so, so good. So if you guys are ever in Boston, because in Maine we don't have an Eddie V's, I have to go to Boston for that. Or if you live in Florida, whatsoever, Eddie V's has the best truffle mac and cheese. You guys have to try it. It's so good. That's my favorite mac and cheese. Other than that, I'd have to say lobster. I love lobster. I make lobster rolls all the time. I make lobster Alfredo, lobster mac and cheese. But being a Maine girl, I eat lobster all the time because it's everywhere in Portland, Maine, because that's where I'm from. We are known as the Lobster County pretty much, so lobster is like my favorite. And I'd have to say sushi. I love good sushi, whether it's at like a hibachi restaurant or anywhere else near me. I love sushi. I have to say the last thing that is my favorite food would be a burger. So if I have a burger, it has to be a mushroom Swiss burger. Like, that is by far my favorite, and it has to have pink in the center, okay? Mushroom Swiss burger with some pink. That's my go-to burger. So yes, those are my favorite foods: mac and cheese, lobster, burgers, and sushi. Okay, let's go to the next question. What is your skincare routine? So I have a morning routine and I have a night routine. So my morning routine consists of a vitamin C serum, consists of an eye cream, consists of a moisturizer, and it consists of a sunscreen. So if you guys want to get further into that conversation with brands and everything, we can make a separate video for that. My night routine consists of a cleansing oil, a face wash, a toner, an eye cream, a retinol, a moisturizer, and then my neck cream. So I have a very long routine for the AM and the PM. So if you want to know the brands and everything, we can get into that later. Which restaurants do you recommend in the Portland, Maine area? Ooh, okay, so I love this question because there's a lot of restaurants that I love in the Portland, Maine area. So I'd have to say DeMillo's. DeMillo's is by far my number one. DeMillo's is such a good restaurant. If you go to DeMillo's, you have to get the lobster stew. It's the best lobster stew ever. Like, you can't get lobster stew like this anywhere else in Maine. I promise you that. You can get bisque. You can get like any other soup, but lobster bisque, lobster stew from DeMillo's is by far the best. You have to get it. After that, I recommend Forest Street. I recommend 12. 12 is so good, so fancy. The atmosphere is immaculate. So fancy, such good food. You would love the vibes there. I recommend Black Cow. Black Cow is really good if you love burgers and fries. So like I said, they have a very good mushroom Swiss burger. Truffle fries are so good. They're to die for. So if you really like truffle fries or sour cream and onion fries, they have that there. Scales is really good. It's a very like upscale dining. Scales is very good as well. Make sure you have a reservation because you will not get in otherwise. Via Vecchia is really good. It's a nice Italian place. They make very good cocktails there. They have very good Italian food. Also, make sure you have a reservation. They're very popular. Dry Dock is really good. They just renovated the whole entire restaurant, so make sure you have a reservation as well. They're very popular now, but they have very good appetizers, very good entrees. It's a nice restaurant. So yes, I love it there as well. Lucky Cheetah. Oh my god, I love it there. It's like upscale Chinese, I think. Crab rangoons are probably my favorite. They're called the Lucky Bags, so make sure you check them out as well. Ben K, I love their sushi. They have great sushi. And Gilbert's Chowder House. Really good seafood, really clams, whole belly clams, scallops, everything. So check them out. Favorite place you've ever traveled to? Ooh, this is one of my favorites. I'd have to say Crete, Greece is probably by far my favorite place I've ever traveled to. Greece is such a beautiful place. The architecture, the atmosphere, the people, like all the vibes about it. Greece is by far my favorite place I've ever visited. I would love to go back there again. Greece is by far my favorite. I do love Miami, but Greece is by far my favorite. Any plans for 2026? All my plans for jobs are very last minute. I never know, so I'm kind of like on call. So I never know when I have a job. It's very last minute. But I just came back from Mexico a week ago, and I was there for a week. It was a very great trip. So I loved that as well. That was a nice content trip. And I've posted a lot of photos on my Instagram. If you guys want to follow me at Sarah Elizabeth McNally on Instagram, and I posted a lot of photos. What is your favorite alcoholic beverage? Okay, I'd have to say my favorite alcoholic beverage is a Cosmopolitan. I love the Cosmos. Don't get me wrong, they're good every time. Or I'd have to say a vodka cran. I know it's very basic, but it's like one of my favorite go-to drinks. I love my vodka cran, my Cape Cod. Or I'd have to say an espresso martini. You can't go wrong, but it has to be on the creamy side. I love my espresso martini. What do you use to take your content? Okay, this is one of my favorite questions. So, I use this tripod right here. It is called a LumiCube. I got this off of Amazon. I'll link it down in the description for you guys. So this is a LumiCube. It's actually pretty bulky, pretty heavy, but it does such a great job. So you got this little phone holder right here, and you can stick your phone right in there, and it expands as well depending on what phone model you have. And it's also nice because this screws off and you can take it off and put your camera on it. So that's pretty cool. So this is my tripod. It expands pretty tall, I think to like 6 feet or so, which is really convenient. I take this with me everywhere. I travel with this. I take this on cruises. I take this on trips. I take this on literally everything, jobs whatsoever. I take this tripod with me everywhere. It's nice and it folds up and it's a good thing to have. So if you don't want to depend on other people and you want to take your own content, I recommend getting a tripod, and the LumiCube is very good to use, so you should get it. Another thing I have is I have this little bag. I got this on Amazon. I will link it in the description below. This is my little camera bag. Super cute. So it holds my Canon G7X. This is what I take most of my pictures on. It's about 50-50. I use my iPhone 15 Plus, and I use this Canon. This is what I take most of my pictures on. It's really good. It has great quality. Got my little handle right here. This is what I take all my pictures on. So if I'm on content trips, jobs, whatsoever, I take this camera with me, and I have it to take my own content. So I have this. It's very handy. I put it right back in my bag, and I have my battery pack in there as well. So it's very handy. So yes, and I normally keep my AirPods in there as well. So this bag's very good, very convenient. I have all my good stuff in there. And then, like I said, the other half, I take all my pictures on my iPhone Plus. So this is my 15 Plus. Take all my pictures on here. So that's great. This is a really good question. Do you have extensions? I do not have extensions, but I will take that as a compliment. Do not have extensions. I used to have really terrible hair because I've always gone to the hairstylist and bleached my hair and gotten platinum. And platinum is so not good for your hair, especially as a blonde. You really want to go with a neutral, dimensional blonde because platinum, it just kills your hair. So no, I do not have extensions to answer your question, but I really appreciate that. And if you guys want to know how I take care of my hair, I can make a separate video for that. So yes, next question. How many magazine covers have you been on? I would have to say I've been on 11 now, and I'm so grateful for all the opportunities I've had. I'm so grateful, and I've met so many amazing people. I've traveled to so many amazing countries, and I'm just overall so grateful for all the opportunity I've had through my job. So something small that brings you joy. I would have to say flowers. I love flowers. Flowers are so intimate and they mean a lot to me. So if somebody bought me flowers and gave them to me as like a nice gesture or a thank you or I'm thinking of you, that would mean the absolute world to me, you know? What is your favorite perfume? Ooh, I love this question because I love perfume. I wear perfume all the time. I'm like a perfume addict. I'd have to say my favorite perfume is Coco Chanel Mademoiselle or Carolina Herrera Good Girl. Those two are my favorite perfumes. And yes, I'm a freak. I put perfume on before bed. I don't know why. I just like to smell good, but I put perfume on before bed. What are some unique brands you've worked for? Some unique brands I've worked for include Shein. Shein I worked for, which was incredible in 2023. I went to Guangzhou, China, and I worked with Etsy. I worked with Temu. I worked with Amazon. So I worked with some pretty cool brands that as a little girl, and I still do now, shop on those websites. So to see myself on those sites and shop from there is pretty cool to me, you know? So yeah, I had a really good experience working in China for all those brands. I worked very hard. They work you very hard in China, but I had a really good experience working there. So those are some unique brands that I worked for while I was there. What is your favorite season? My favorite season, as you guys know, if you follow me, is definitely summer. I hate winter. I hate the cold. Summer is definitely my prime. It's definitely when I'm in my happiest mood, my happiest vibe, you know? Like, I love summer. I hate winter so much. What is your favorite movie? Oh my God. I would have to say my favorite movie is Breakfast at Tiffany's. Love me some Audrey Hepburn. I love Breakfast at Tiffany's. And this one takes the cake. I would have to say Ratatouille. Ratatouille is by far my favorite movie. And I just found out that they're making a second movie, so that makes me super happy. What is your favorite book? I would have to say anything by Colleen Hoover or E. Lockhart. Colleen Hoover has a lot of good books that I really have enjoyed, or E. Lockhart as well. I like to read a lot when I'm on airplanes. I have a hard time focusing if I'm at home trying to read a book, but if I'm on a plane and it's like a 10-hour flight, I really lock into a book and I can finish it with a flight or two. Like, really concentrate on it and I can really enjoy it. What's your favorite magazine spread or spreads that you were in? I would have to say my favorite magazine spread or spreads that I were in includes Playboy France. That was probably my favorite, or Maxim Australia. And if you guys want to see those, you can check out my Instagram. They are on there. What can put a smile on your face? Going to the ocean. Like I said before, the ocean's my happy place. What do you like to do on your free time? I would have to say workout, travel, cook, clean, shop, read, build Legos, self-care, spend time with my family and friends. What's your kind of date night? I would have to say my kind of date night is a reservation made at a nice restaurant or at the beach with a nice bottle of wine. That's my favorite kind of date night. What are you a mixture of? I am a mixture of Polish, Irish, and French. What is your nighttime routine? My nighttime routine consists of working out, taking a bath, skincare, hair care. I drink tea before bed, I pray, and then I go to sleep. What's your favorite makeup brand? I would have to say my favorite makeup brand would have to be Dior. I love all the blushes Dior has. I love all the lip glosses Dior has. I like their mascara. I'd have to say Dior takes the cake on this one. What is your Starbucks order? Ooh, okay. I've had the same Starbucks order since I was like 10, 15 years old. I would have to say a venti pink drink with light ice. That's my go-to Starbucks order, and it hasn't changed since. Favorite color? My favorite color, as I'm wearing right now, would have to be pink. What is your favorite flower? My favorite flower would be a rose. What values are most important to you in life? My favorite values that are most important to me in life would be gratitude, loyalty, empathy, creativity, love, family, faith, adventure, patience, and passion. Those are my values in life. What do you normally have in the morning for breakfast? In the morning for breakfast, I normally have a yogurt, like a Greek yogurt, or I have avocado toast, or I have peanut butter toast, or I would have like an acai bowl. Ocean or lake? I am by far an ocean girl. The lake is nice, but I'm an ocean girl at heart. Favorite photo shoot you've done? Oh my God. I would have to say my favorite photo shoot that I've ever done would have to be with Maxim Australia. I love their team. They're such good people. So Maxim Australia, or working with Paul Heyman, as I am the newest Hustle Booty Temp Tat supermodel with Paul Heyman. So I would have to say Maxim Australia or with Paul Heyman in Miami, Florida. Those are my two favorite shoots ever. Where in Maine are you from? I am personally from Scarborough, Maine. I was born in Portland, Maine, but I've grown up in Scarborough, Maine, and that's where I was raised my whole life. Favorite hair care products? Ooh, I have so many hair care products, but I am willing to make a whole separate video for you guys and completely discuss all my hair care with you, okay? Do you believe in love? Ooh, that's a good one. I sure do, actually. Do you prioritize personal relation over career, or do you manage to find a balance? I personally manage to find a balance because I think it's definitely super important to put your career, first. You need to prioritize your goals and your dreams and your job. I totally understand that. But at the same time, you need to prioritize your relationship. So I think it's good to have a 50-50 balance on both. And if you can't have a balance on both, you should not be dating anyone. That's just my opinion. How often do you smile in a day on average? I say I smile a lot. I smile a good amount, but like I say, you can't depend on anybody else for happiness, so you got to keep it in mind. Smile as much as you can. What is your favorite dessert? I'd have to say my favorite dessert is the Reese's peanut butter cups. That's my go-to. I will eat it all the time. I have a bag in my nightstand. I know it's unhealthy. It's very diabetic, but Reese's peanut butter cups is my go-to. I love this question. It says, if you were given a chance to do it all over again, what would you do differently? And I feel like at 25, I have no regrets. I'm loving the person I've grown into, and I feel like you have to love every version of yourself to grow into the person that you're meant to be. So I absolutely have no regrets with anything that I've done in my life, and I feel like like I said, you have to love every version of yourself, and it molds you into the person that you're meant to be. So I have no regrets in my life. Guilty pleasure food. Ooh, this is a good one. I would have to say triple stuffed Oreos. I have to admit, I eat way too many. I love triple stuffed Oreos. I loved crab rangoons. Crab rangoons are my favorite. I eat way more than I like to admit. Or I'd have to say a Big Mac. I love a Big Mac with extra onions. So those are my guilty pleasure foods. Music playlist. I'd have to say my favorite music is in the range of 80s, house music, rap, EDM. Like, I have a good mixture of everything, Favorite sports. Ooh, my favorite sports contain tennis, basketball. Yeah, those are my favorite too, I like football. I like football for the Super Bowl, but I like the Super Bowl because I only like to watch the commercials and eat snacks, Foods you like to cook. I would have to say I like to make deviled eggs, stuffed mushrooms, pork butt, pork shoulder, lasagna, chicken cordon bleu. I like to make rack of ribs, mushroom ravioli, stuff in that sort. What is your lucky number? My lucky number has always been 13. What is your coffee order? I honestly do not drink coffee. So at Dunkin' Donuts, I get a decaf iced latte with extra butter pecan. Forget caffeine in my drinks. But when I go to Starbucks, I get a venti pink drink with light ice. So I rarely drink coffee, if that answers your question. How many days per week do you work out, and how long do your workouts last? I would have to say I work out 3 to 4 times a week, and they last anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. Do you have any siblings? I actually have a twin. He's not a girl, don't get excited. I have a twin brother, and he is a minute apart from me. So yeah. I really appreciate you guys sticking around for this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you support me and my content, I just made a Patreon account, so you guys can subscribe to that as well. So it was nice talking to you guys. Thank you for following along for my very first YouTube, my Q&A, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!